Kylo Ren was a troubled, fearsome Sith Lord in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and it was Adam Driver that made the character come to life. Kylo is the son of Princess Leia Organa Skywalker and Han Solo. Luke Skywalker, his uncle, trained him as a Jedi. That was until he was enticed to the dark side by Supreme Leader Snoke. Kylo is the grandson of Darth Vader, or Anakin Skywalker, one of the most feared Sith Lords. So, it's only natural that he aspires to become both a ruler and proponent of the dark side of the Force. Adam Driver is a US Marine, and that kind of background definitely contributed to his stellar performance. His character's feelings were masked. That is, except for the anger and hurt he obviously carried around. The Kylo Ren storyline in the Star Wars franchise is one of ruthlessness and eventual redemption. It's a powerful character, and certainly a great addition to the Star Wars mythology. With the kind of job Adam Driver did playing Kylo Ren, it's difficult to imagine another actor in the role, but there are a couple, and we're about to list them. Firstly, there's Dev Patel. He's best known as Jamil Malik from Slumdog Millionaire. Since his breakout role, he's become known for both dramas and comedies. Lion saw Patel play Saru Brierley, a boy separated from his family when he was only 5. 25 years later, he goes in search of them. Patel has also been cast to play a variety of Indian characters.
By my beloved father, that I have raised from the ruins of his broken dreams and renamed the best exotic Marigold Hotel.
However, he doesn't seem to be bending under the yoke of typecasting. He grew up in drama, and his portrayals of characters in films have been acclaimed as sincere and informed. Most of his characters also have a uniquely young-at-heart feel, something that Patel does exceptionally well. It would be an interesting and probably an easy transformation for him to step into the boots of a Sith instead of an underdog. Evan Peters could also make a great Kylo Ren. You'll know him as Jeffrey Dahmer in Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. He has steeped himself in drama and science fiction. In X-Men, he was Quicksilver.
Nice kid.
And in Mare of Easttown, he became Detective Colin Zabel. He won a Daytime Emmy for his role in Mare of Easttown. His role as Dahmer in Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, drew a lot of controversies. But this is precisely the kind of twisted devotion needed to make a Sith come to life on the screen. He has pent-up rage, an unhinged sense of power, and the complete absence of conscience down to a T. Then what about Jake Gyllenhaal? Gyllenhaal's childhood roles in Donnie Darko and October Sky made him famous. In the first film, he was a troubled teenager, and in the second, he was a teenager again, but this time he was hardworking and respectable. Gyllenhaal's yin and yang range is exceptional, unpredictable, and offbeat. This is what made his performance in Nightcrawler so great. Here he steps into the on-screen shoes of a freelance journalist. He records crimes while they're in progress, and then sells his footage to news bureaus. His character displays a nuanced indifference to morality and an obsessive need for control. These attributes are absolutely perfect for Kylo Ren. Now let your imagination run a little. We think Keanu Reeves would be a great Kylo Ren too. The man is intense precisely because his acting is so subtle. In Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, he was Ted. Most people remember him as Neo in The Matrix though. And then in Lake House, he was a time-traveling letter-writing architect in Love. Reeves has a wide acting range, mostly because he has done science fiction, drama, and action films. He's adept at skirting the line between bad and good, something that comes to the foreign films like Constantine and John Wick.
Bangga bertarung dengan Anda, Mr. Wick.
Sampai jumpa.
The theatrical absurdity of Star Wars would be a perfect match for the serious tone Reeves can strike. Michael B. Jordan deserves a nod too. He has a bulky, imposing, yet thoughtful charisma, and dominates the screen effortlessly, and he has plenty of fighting chops. Remember, he was Apollo Creed's son. Living at a disadvantage is familiar to him, thanks to his Fruitvale Station role as Oscar Grant. In Black Panther, he was the mercenary and hunter supervillain Eric Killmonger.
The world took everything away from me. Everything I ever loved. But I'm gonna make sure we're even.
For sure he has what it takes to threaten the Rebel Alliance. Steven Yeun has always been impressive, and we think he should also be a consideration. Of course, Yeun is best known as Glenn Rhee, one of the survivors of the zombie apocalypse in The Walking Dead. But that's not his only claim to fame though. He's also starred in films like Minari. This is the story of a South Korean family, fresh off the boat in America in the 1980s. He also starred in Nope, where his character taps into the local alien myth to make a profit. On screen, Yoon easily goes from hostile to docile and back again. This makes him ideal for the part of Kylo Ren, or should we call him Kylo Glenn in this case. Timothée Chalamet also has an impressive resume that makes him an ideal candidate for Kylo Ren. He has his youth for one, and most of his roles have painted him as a sort of coming-of-age underdog. He played Paul Atreides in the science fiction epic Dune. Atreides is a freedom fighter on Arrakis, his home planet.
The Emperor asks us to bring peace to Arrakis. House Atreides accepts!
He also got serious critical acclaim for his roles as Nick Sheff, a drug-addict teenager in Beautiful Boy. Then, in the rather eerie and discomforting Bones and All, he played a teenage cannibal. The next step up for Chalamet would be an unforgiving Sith Lord. Our number one pick has to be Tom Hiddleston. You'll remember him as the God of Mischief, Loki, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He has serious Shakespearean roots though. Being familiar with the tremendous demands of the Bard makes him fantastic for a Sith Lord. He also displayed fantastic critical thinking in High Rise, and his gothic presence in Crimson Peak was absolutely convincing. All of these abilities would make him ideal for the role of Kylo Ren. But back to reality. Adam Driver's portrayal of Kylo Ren was so strong, it's almost impossible to imagine someone else stepping into the role. Even fans who were hypercritical of the sequel said that his performance alone was enough reason to keep watching the films.
I want to be free of this pain.
His character development was also one of the strongest draw cards for viewers. But would you believe that there were a host of other characters that were in contention to play Kylo Ren? Michael Fassbender was also a strong possibility in the early stages of casting. He's best known as Magneto in the prequel of the X-Men series. Fassbender is a phenomenal actor in anyone's books. He's respected across the industry for performances such as Magneto to his role in Jane Eyre. It's because of his range that J.J. Abrams considered him for Kylo Ren. This was back when the character was still known as Jedi Killer. Fassbender would undoubtedly have given us an exceptional Kylo Ren, but his appearance and age were out of sync with the character. That's why the creators passed up on him. Eddie Redmayne was also a serious consideration. He showed off his skills in Fantastic Beasts and has proven himself more than worthy of all the accolades he's received.
Welcome to New York.
Redmayne actually made it as far as the audition, which shows the creators were serious about employing him. He missed out on Kylo Ren, but picked up the part of Newt Scamander in the Fantastic Beasts franchise instead. This part really launched his career into the stratosphere. In the end, J.J. Abrams got it exactly right with Adam Driver. His portrayal was spot on, and even though we can speculate about the abilities other actors may have brought to the part, Driver was the pick we all want to remember. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.